Krishna. Good evening. Welcome all of you all for a weekly Saturday evening Bhagavatam class. So we are in the midst of the second canto, chapter 1. We have completed up to verse number 13. But let's have a fast recap so that we are also coming back to the track. So we start from verse number 11. Can anyone read the translation, please, from verse number 11? Who's reading?
O King, constant chanting of the holy name of the Lord after the ways of the great authorities is the doubtless and fearless way of success for all, including those who are free from all material desires, those who are desirous of all material enjoyment, and also those who are self-satisfied by dint of transcendental knowledge.
So Sukdev Goswami is telling here to Parikshit Maharaj. I'm sorry. And I'm having a bad throat. So Sukdev Goswami is telling Parikshit Maharaj, whether you or those who are chanting the holy name, भगवान का नाम जो हमेशा जपते रहते हैं, for him, after the ways of authorities, as per the acharyas, is undoubtedly fearless way of success, including for those. This is the only formula which is fit for everyone. Akamo, Sarvakamo, or who is in Moksha Kam, or rather he is in transcendental knowledge. So what does this mean? One who is not having any desire, ठीक है, उसके लिए भी भगवान नाम भी जपना है. चलो आपको कुछ desire है, you want to get name, fame, power, whatever it is, that is also allowed, and for that also you have to chant. And third person, I am now above all that. I don't want any a name, fame, or I don't want moksha also. I don't want anything. Just want to realize God. Fine. For them also, chanting the holy name. Now there's a catch over here. All of you chant the holy name. ऐसा भी लंगड़ते वंगड़ते जो भी हो, भगवान का नाम जप लेते हैं सब. In this process of chanting the holy name, what do you achieve? Why? I would rather reframe this question. When we are chanting, after a few, initially the chanting is jora. When you are new, fresh, उसमें पूरा focus रहता है. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna. Feel you're powered up, charged up, like you have that. Then it's like their graph which goes up. Then slowly starts declining. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna. Like, okay, you want to get rid of it, or Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Ram 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 Ram, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna. Like you are just mechanically doing it, and slowly you do it just because you got to do it, rather than doing it with any love and affection. Why? Why does this happen? What is the purpose behind it? What is the reason behind it? Not the purpose, the reason. Nobody wants to do it purposefully. What happens? Why? Am I right or wrong? That fizz which is there when the bottle opens, and then like khatam karna hi hai, Prabhu ji bola hai, isko karna hai. Like why that fizz comes out? What is the reason? Naam Aprad, okay. Going very traditional style pe ja rahe. It has become a part of your routine. Okay, fine. Something more? Come on, tell me. You got to identify why this fizz is not there. The fizz which is there initially, why it is not there?
The real love for the name is not yet come out.
Then what was there in the starting? Let's say that time also you didn't have any name.
Importance of the name is known now.
The
knowledge is there, it is there. So knowledge says सुबह उठ के वो knowledge start होता है. But the love is not which actually should be there for the name. That's why then it surprised me.
Okay, fine. Since you are not fully developed that love for the holy name, something more substantial. No. When you chant, whether you want or you don't want, you have to hear. You have no option. Okay. Lack of devotional services. Okay. Yeah. To some extent, yes, true. That's it becomes a mindset. Mhm. Less attachment. Okay. Okay. Now Praveen will enlighten us. Okay, that's Mataji has already said that. Okay. Now I'll come down to the point. Huh? ठीक है, diversify. Your mind is getting diverted here and there. Yeah. Now, why this doesn't happen with other things? Only with, except for devotion, rest other things. Are you bored of? Tell me, इतने सबके घर में, let's say example बैंगन की सब्जी या भिंडी की सब्जी कितने सालों से रिपीट होती जा रही, कभी बोर हुआ? चेंज रहता है, आज बैंगन कल विल हैव भिंडी, कल आलू, but घुमा फिरा के after 1 week that same bhendi comes in your life, in your plate. You are looking at that bhendi, the bhendi looks at you. Why that fizz is not there that time? Only when it comes to devotion, when it comes to conviction towards coming to satsang, coming to the temple, coming to chanting the holy name. Why this is missing? Why? Is this question sensible or not? कभी एक दिन कड़ी बना लिया तो एक दिन दाल बना के तीसरा दिन वापस वही कड़ी आ रही है, कि चौथा दिन वही दाल आ गया, छौंक अलग दे दो बात अलग है, बट इट्स द सेम, base material is the same. Let's say is a businessman, same headache, types of headache changes, but it's the same headache. But have you got disgusted? Oh, enough here, I don't want to do any more business. Or you are in a job, the boss also tortures you with n varieties of what do you say, like the work given to you, and then you also okay, find new challenge. I take it as a new challenge. Arey, what new challenge? It's a torture. You never get. I mean, you may say, sir, I am getting money for it. I am getting some remuneration for it. Whereas in this, are you sure you don't have any remuneration? But it is there for sure, right? So why then? Why this fizz is going out? But why this fizz is going out? That's my question. One second, Rajesh. Hmm. Yes. Right. Hmm. Okay. Your answer is very, very close.
We are still in the bodily concept.
Yes, that was the base actually.
I decoded.
We are conditioned. We are conditioned to this body. By default, we are conditioned to this body. And everyone has got his own typical bodily needs. Someone will like bendi, someone will like bangan, someone will like aloo, someone will like something else. That's the conditioning of the body. And this bodily concept of life is interfering with our spiritual progress. And that is why satsang is important. The purpose of satsang is make you remind, it's like, कोई सोता हुआ आदमी उसको पकड़े, get up. No, like he is also, yes, tell me what happened. You're not the body, you're the soul. Okay, I'm the soul. Okay, I'm the soul. And again, after 5 minutes, he goes to sleep. Again, you wake him up. And you rattle him. Hey, you get up, you're not the body, you're the soul. Okay, I'm not the body, I'm the soul. What have to do? Well, let's say all the parents over here, have you not advised your children the same advice repeatedly? Why? And still there is no change. Still there is no change. The mother is shouting, the child is listening. Bas. There is, the preacher is preaching, listeners are listening, but there is no actual change. Why? The reason is that we are still in our own concept of life, and that is where surrender comes into the picture. जब तक आप अपने आप को surrender नहीं करोगे, you will not surrender yourself to the supreme God, to the spiritual master. You will be in this thought process. It may be more in someone, it may be less in someone, but it will be there for sure. So regular, what do you say, commitment towards spirituality is the only formula for getting the fizz back. Otherwise, I tell you, spirituality is just becomes a fizz for many people. कोई आएंगे, no, you see. And another thing, without putting any names, many personalities of our own class, our own congregation, are not seen nowadays. They have realized they got one realization. Oh, I know everything. I know everything. I'm not the body. I'm the soul. Okay, that's what Prabhuji teaches me every class. I'm not the body, and I have to do devotion service, and I have to go back to my original constitutional position, and that's it. So there's nothing beyond that. When that thought process strikes your mind, you have created a wall for your own self by which you cannot progress. You are creating a wall. ગુજરાતીમાં ટિપિકલ ડાયલોગ હે ને, MBA મને બધું આવડે. Same thing na. Same thing. अरे whole life you have been doing the same thing. जो भी माता जी किचन में जाके आप क्या नया क्या कर रहे हो? वही चूल्हा पे कट अपना तपेली रख के उसमें छौंक दिया, उसमें सब्जी डाली, वही वही मसाला, वही धनिया, वही हल्दी है. नथिंग न्यू. अच्छा, जो ऑफिस जा रहे हो आप लोग क्या कर रहे हो? आप जो कर रहे हो आपको क्या कट कट में भी डिफरेंट, न्यू कट कट, बट इट इज अ हेडेक. You go to office, it's a new headache. One day reaching the office is a headache. Transportation is a problem. One day after going there, the boss is eating your head. So varieties is different, but rightly remains the same. It remains the same. So for one who wants to go above it, has to have that realization. Yes, I will achieve it in spite of all the problems. Let's say you want to become the manager. I know there is a lot of problem, going all the way to New Bombay and then working and coming and then standing up to the expectation of my superiors, my managers and all that. It's difficult, but I will do it because I finally want to achieve the position. Same way, information is meant for transformation. Otherwise, it is a weight on the head. That is why many people, why in between they vanish. There are a couple of people who vanish in between. Why? Last I went 2024, telling the same thing. I went in 2025, saying the same thing. And I asked those who are going from 2016. They said, he said the same thing. What has changed? What has changed? Yes, 2014, 15, 16 wale, bolo, what has changed in 2026? In 10 years, has anything changed? 10, 12 years? Conceptually, nothing changes. But what you want to achieve, what you want to, with the conviction, that should change. Your conviction should become more stronger with time. If that conviction doesn't become stronger with time, then all the efforts what you are putting is of no use. Then it becomes a mechanical process. So don't create the blockade in your mind कि भाई मेरे को अभी तो कॉन्सेप्ट समझ में आ गया, ठीक है, अभी इसी को थोड़ा 19-20 करना है ना, मैं कर ले. नो, इट्स नॉट पॉसिबल. I'll confess. I'm live in camera, but I'm confessing. I started doing yoga. 2, 3 classes I did under Mataji's guidance. And then For some reason, Mataji felt sick and we could not play. Daily at 3 o'clock, I would think, today I'm going to do the yoga. I know that. Exercise, I know. Simple. It's like physiotherapy, same exercise. Then 2 days I tried. But then it was like half, then half was not learnt properly and half was done improperly. And then kal karte. And the mind is the biggest teacher. As it. And within 3 4 days, the fizz also went off. And the matter is lingering for 2 months. Almost. Yes, Madhai, 2 months? 2 महीना हो गया ना? हाँ? Why? What was the problem? The concept was explained. The concept was explained. Certain things have to be done under a teacher only. You cannot take that role at any time. You need to have a teacher who guides you. It's painful. Let's say if you give me a slot of around 4 o'clock, somebody will call me up exactly at that time only at 4 o'clock. प्रभु जी क्या करना है ये करना है वो sometimes sometimes I find myself feeling lazy, sleepy, tired, or rather I'm writing or typing something. Array, let me complete this. बीच में break आ जाएगा because 1 hour break means it leads to 2 hours, 2.5 hours. Something or the other comes up. So the bottom line is what is the thing? It has to be done under a teacher, under a spiritual master, under under some guidance. Otherwise, on your own, when you know the concept, you cannot fulfill it correctly. You will go haywire. And this is the problem. And most of the people, मालूम है प्रभु आप क्या बताओ मैं खुद सबको बुला बुला के बोलता नहीं it will not work. It will not work. Yes, please go to the next question, Madhavi. So, lamba life. There are many people who come and tell me, मैं आलू का जूस पीता हूँ क्या दूधी का जूस पीता हूँ and I do this, I do that, get up in the morning, I do this. Very good, thanks. But after doing all that, what is your benefit? आपको क्या मिलता क्या? I live long, I live healthy. Finally, what are you going to do? Are you eternal? When you die, that time what are you going to do? You have no other choice than going to the Rasulullah Yoni में भटकना है. So it is better live a short life, but live a sensible and a meaningful life rather than trying to live a long and healthy life without a goal. So Shastra is telling us, भाई अच्छा है लंबा आयु जिए मगर आयु जीना बड़ी बात नहीं है कैसे जी रहे हो ये बड़ी ठीक है नेक्स्ट so it is Khatwang Maharaj Khatwang was fighting for the demigod and finally Kartikeya acted. Kartikeya is the head of the demigods. So, commander in chief. So he became the commander in chief. So he said, Khatwang ji, आप आराम कीजिए. आप any help? What can be reciprocate for all this war you fought with? तो खटवांग महाराज ठीक है मेरे को इतना बताओ मेरे पास टाइम कितना ठीक है टाइम कितना है देवता सौ बस अभी 3 4 मिनट और कितनी आयु बाकी है 3 4 मिनट कंपेयर टू देवता सौ 6 महीना यहाँ पे तो वहाँ पे 6 महीना इज इक्वल टू यहाँ पे सर यहाँ पे 6 महीना हाफ अ डे यहाँ पे 1 साल इज इक्वल टू 1 डे ओवर दैट तो उस हिसाब से 3 4 मिनट तो यू गॉट सम couple of months left. Immediately he said, thank you. And he did not come here with a like policy or medical course. He didn't do that. He came immediately, kept off his weapons, and immediately started doing it. That is what is actual realization. How to put your focus, your mind on achieving something tangible rather than achieving something non-tangible. I do not say in any way that you don't need money, you don't need everything. For everything, even for the satsang, you need money. Even for a satsang, you need money. So money is not something wrong. Money is like salt. जैसे नमक डालते खाने में नमक से बगैर खा सकते हो और वही अगर नमक बढ़ जाए फिर भी खाना नहीं खाते. In both ways, it is not edible. As long as the food is, the salt level is ideal, it is edible. Same way, if you are in the material world, achieving material things, please achieve. Everything is required. Your name, fame, everything is required. I am not denying. As long as you're in this world, these are worldly things which keep you in floating or rather in place. नहीं तो आप किधर गायब हो जाते मालूम नहीं है. Sneaking है. It's funny, using sound. Or keep it behind only. Don't keep it behind only. So the point is, the point is, run behind material life to an extent it is required, but be focused solely into that, and that is the danger. And that is why we have learned from Maharaj Katwang. He was fighting for the Devatas. He was doing the job of a Kshatriya, the duty of a Kshatriya. But then, when the minute he got the realization, now I don't have much life and my job is over. At what time do we really release ourselves from our duties? Tell me, how many of us are ready for going to वानप्रस्थ? इसको वन मिलता नहीं है. आजकल जंगली जानवर शहर में है. हाँ, nowadays you see पुणे में क्या 4-5 इंसिडेंट हो गया ना, टाइगर अटैक, ये अटैक, ऑल द एनिमल्स दे आर फेड अप ऑफ इस जंगल. हम भी शहर में रहते हैं. We'll stay with you, हम साथ साथ हैं. So that is one option. How many of us are ready, including myself? How many of us are ready? How many of us are really ready to say, yes, enough is enough? Never. So both has to go parallelly. The material life as well as your spiritual life. You say, no, only spiritual life, dangerous. Only material life, dangerous. One has to have a balance. And one who has a balance, he is happy and safe. Otherwise, you are asking for trouble. Now to the next words. One more word. Next. So here, Sukdev Goswami is guiding Parikshit Maharaj कि भाई जो आदमी का आयु ऑलमोस्ट पूरा हो गया. Now here he is telling first what did he say? You have got only 7 days left. So Maharaj Parikshit, now the duration of your life is limited to 7 days more. So in that day, so during this time, you can perform all those rituals which are needed for the best purpose of your next life. So what is the first thing? In this life, what we are doing is not material. Because whatever material you are doing is a big zero. The minute you die, this body also you have to live and die. Then what is that you have to do? When you go to the next life, you go to the next, no, after death, उसकी तैयारी पहले करो. I always say हम लोग यात्रा में जाते हैं कितना तैयारी करते हैं, कौन चकली लेके आएगा, कौन ये ढोकला लेके आएगा, कौन थेपला ले आएगा, ये करेगा, so much of preparation, so much of preparation. Only for 4 days, 5 days yatra or 8 days yatra, so much of preparation. But when we are going for a permanent yatra, no return ticket, only one side ticket, return ticket है ही नहीं, उस यात्रा पे तैयारी के लिए क्या करें? That is what Parikshit Maharaj is, Parikshit Goswami is telling Parikshit Maharaj. Try to do this limited time. You have come to know that I got limited time. That should be the focus behind it. And then he is telling, yes, at one stage, when you know your life is limited, please leave these material things and go to a sacred place, take bath, live in a secluded life. So, various things which are mentioned in for Vanaprastha. In Kali Yuga, Vanaprastha is not recommended. Compared to other yugas, Vanaprastha is not recommended in Kali Yuga. Why? One ही नहीं है, चलो that is one thing. For you, you have to just jump the wall. That's one only. Please understand, life is short. वन जाके वनवास करने के लिए लाइफ होना चाहिए ना. लाइफ इज सो शॉर्ट. यहाँ पे 25 साल का उम्र में आदमी का हार्ट अटैक आ रहा है. लाइफ इज सो शॉर्ट. इसमें कहाँ से आप आई स्पेस आउट टाइम फॉर दिस. अच्छा, एजुकेशन 30 साल हो जाता कंप्लीट करते हुए. देन यू गो फॉर अ जॉब, देन मैरिज का एवरीथिंग इज लाइक हे. मैरिज इज नॉट इन टाइम, योर चाइल्ड इज नॉट इन टाइम. वो अभी बड़ा नहीं हुआ, अभी तो वो सेटल नहीं हुआ. थिंग्स आर नॉट एज पर द schedule which it should be. That is short. No, everyone is running. Why? Short time. Short time. And all investment plans are long term. All investment plans are long term. Life is short. और क्या है? Two contradictory things. आज आप डालो, down the line you see after 30 years, 25 years, 30 years, year में रहेगा क्या बची सकता? What? This is the problem. People don't realize that fundamental thing. That's why Vanaprastha is not recommended in Kali Yuga. Do devotion. बस इतना कर लो, क्या भक्ति कर लो. जी मटेरियल लाइफ में रहते उसमें भीगे हुए रह के आप कर लो, दैट इज मोर देन. तो फिर भी चलो वो भी मत करो. फॉर रेगुलेटिव जान पे आ गए. हाँ, so many people it's like, oh my God, why do I live? If I can't eat meat, I can't, do illicit sex, I can't gamble, I can't take intoxicating drinks, then why should I ever exist in this world? It's better to die. No, you do not live. Death is waiting for you. Don't worry. Ramchandra said, no, death sits when I am sitting before you. जब मैं बैठा हूँ बाजू में डेथ भी बैठा है. When I walk, it also walks. Wherever I go, it comes with me. That's why you can die anywhere. आप बोल सकते हो मैं गाड़ी में नहीं मरूंगा, शादी में नहीं मरूंगा, इधर नहीं मरूंगा. तो मेरी वीडियोस कम, शादी में नाचते नाचते आदमी सीन, राइट? सो मेनी केसेस. किधर भी हार्ट अटैक होके गिरता है, कुछ भी होके मर गया. दैट मीन्स व्हाट? डेथ इज ऑलवेज विथ यू. माय डेथ इज ऑलवेज विथ यू. नेक्स्ट टू मी वेटिंग. हाँ, बोल बोल. हाँ, that must be what that must be telling me. Speak. The day I will come, that day will come to know. You should not worry. That is why Parikshit Maharaj is telling, Sukadeva Goswami is telling Parikshit Maharaj, never be afraid. Never be afraid. Because remove this. हम लोग घर पे जनरली बात करते हैं, क्या बोलते हैं? अरे एक दिन में मर जाऊंगा. तो सब लोग तुरंत क्या बोलेंगे? अरे चुप 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 बोल. ऐसे थोड़ी बोलते. अरे चुप क्या, सच बोल रहा है. एक दिन में मरने वाला हूँ. इट्स अ कोर फैक्ट. Accept that. Accept that. ठीक है. And another extremity of the other side of the coin is, एक दिन तो मरना ही है ना. That is another ज्ञानी. ये कमेंट टेल मी. मरना है ना, तो तुम भी मरेगा, हम भी मरेगा, क्या है? Fine. So this, your life means what? That time span between your birth and your death, in that time span, in that gap, what have you achieved? Materially, what have you achieved? Spiritually. What you have achieved materially is going to be plundered. The minute you die, your relatives will come, your children will come, fight. ये मेरा है, ये मेरे बाप ने मेरे नाम पे लिखा था, मेरे नाम पे लिखा था. They will question. But what you are going to take with you, no one can plunder that. Can anyone take away your punyas of your holy name? Can anyone take away your, whatever devotional service you did? जो भी आपने सत्संग किया, जो भी आपने कथा सुना, जो भी आपने श्लोका पढ़ा, जो भी किया, ये सब कोई ले सकता है क्या? ये मीराबाई क्या गाती है वो? चोर न लूटे क्या खर्च न होए, चोर न लूटे, पायो जी मैंने राम रतन धन पायो, दिन दिन बढ़त. दिस इज व्हाई मीराबाई सेज, तो मेरा धन जो है कोई चोर लेके जा ही नहीं सकता. अगर चोर आ भी गया, ये लेके जाएगा, ये लेके जाएगा, वो लेके जाएगा, लैपटॉप लेके जाएगा, टीवी लेके जाएगा, और क्या करेगा? He cannot take away, he will take out the wealth which is there in the house or in the bank or whatever it is. But can anyone take any digital arrest, any digital hacking can be done on your spiritual gains? Yes, सही बोला. Native next address. That's the problem. What you say is correct. I adjust. I accept. But वो we can. I don't know. That's the problem. Realize this, life becomes easier. And more than that, death becomes still more easier. But what is the problem? Many people think, out of fear of death, people become spiritual. No. जो स्पिरिचुअल होता है उसकी मृत्यु कोई बचा नहीं सकता, मरेगा ही मरेगा. But one who becomes spiritual, his death becomes glorified. I always do this example. I asked this question. I don't know how many of you remember this. Evaporation rate is very high. When Gajendra and his other elephants in Trikuta Parvat, they were in the lake playing. How did the crocodile know that this leg is of the Gajendra? So many legs. Each elephant has got 4 legs. Let's go to basic maths. Even 10 elephants are there. 40 legs. So 40 legs में से how will you choose कि भाई ये लेग ही गजेंद्र का है, इसका पकड़ूंगा तो मेरा भी उद्धार हो जाएगा. Only God guides you because He is sitting as in your heart as Paramatma. He tells you, go and catch this fish. And that's what happened. The Graha, the crocodile, went and caught exactly his leg. अच्छा दूसरा कोई हथिनी को पकड़ता है गर्लफ्रेंड का, गजेंद्र का पैर. Would he get liberation? No. Might be he must have got food, but he will not get liberation. Why? Why? Because now वो स्तुति गाता. See, here also, Gajendra's situation and Parikshit Maharaj's situation is similar. पकड़ लिया, ग्रह ने पकड़ लिया, crocodile has caught his leg. So how much time he has got now? ठीक है, he tried some tricks, nothing worked. So then what happened? How much time he has got? आज है तो कल वो मरना ही मरना है. That time what did he do? He surrendered to the Almighty. इसमें आचार्यगण का बहुत अच्छा व्याख्यान है. आचार्य से ब्रह्मा जी निकले. पहले उन्होंने बोला कारण, जो इस धरती के कारण है वो आके मुझे बताओ. शिव जी भी निकले, देवता भी निकले. देन गजेंद्र रिमेंबर कारण नहीं, मूल कारण. ही सेड मूल कारण, द रूट कॉज. ब्रह्मा जी टर्न, गाड़ी टर्न, you turn. Okay? I'm not the Mool Karan. Shivaji also turned back. Everyone turned back. And Lord immediately came and stayed. So, okay, I mean, it's an offbeat topic, but I'll discuss. Very important, very classic. All of you all know रामायण में पादुका का गौरव जी को पादुका दिया था, क्यों हुआ? Why will a पादुका को इतना इम्पोर्टेंस देके 14 साल no, sitting on the throne, made the king, and slippers? But is it sensible? And that too in a story like Ramayana. Chappal, handle. Okay? No, you must have never heard about it. This is something totally different. हाँ, हाँ, नहीं ठीक है, but how come the scandal got such a glorification slot? Agreed, but only in Ramayana. बाकी लीला में भी भगवान चप्पल पहन के घूमे, बाकी की लीला में भी, कृष्ण लीला में भी घूमे थे चप्पल पहन के, हाँ, परशुराम की लीला में भी चप्पल पहन के घूमे, बट ओनली वाई इन राम लीला चप्पल को इतना सैंडल्स को इतना कीमत दिया गया, नो इतना सुप्रीम वैल्यू. Bharji is sitting on his head, Shatrughan is doing Samar. But this is comes in a special commentary. Why I am saying this? This is connected to Gajendra Mukh. It remembered, it clicked, it is coming to Gajendra. It is said Lord was lying down on the Keshnag and relaxed. And Lord relaxed बोला तो क्या करो? Even you remove your watch. You not care sleep, put your watch and go to sleep. You'll remove your watch. Then might be some very thick dresses you'll remove. Maybe relax. तो भगवान भी ऐसे रिलैक्स लेटे थे अनंत स्टेज पे, एंड लक्ष्मी जी उधर पैर कर, एंड ठक लक्ष्मी जी सॉ लेग मिसिंग, भगवान गायब, पैर गायब, डुब गायब, गायब, कहाँ गए? देखा, he went in such a hurry when Gajendra called, he forgot to take his shankar, chakra, chappal, anything. क्यों छोड़ दिया? सच्चे हरी मतलब भगवान भक्त ने बुलाया तो भगवान को जाना ही है. हाँ, एक मिनट, तो मेरे लेफ्ट शंख चक्र दोनों छोड़ा, चप्पल भी छोड़ा, ऐसे भागा. तो वहां पे भी क्लीनिंग होता है. दिस टॉक्स बाय वेदांत देशिका पादुका सहस्त्रनाम इज डिस्क्राइबिंग दिस, वेरी इंपॉर्टेंट. तो वहां पे फिर जैसे वो गए, चलो मालिक गए हैं तो नौकर क्या करेगा? क्लीन करेगा झाड़ू में. तो ये रिमूव द स्लिप, kept it on face. झाड़ू मार रहा था वो चप्पल उठाया केशनाथ पर, तो देखा शंख और चक्र भी पड़ा है, उठाया केशनाथ पर. There is another version. Some people say शंख and चक्र were kept by Lord. He kept it beside him. जैसे हम लोग मोबाइल रख के सोते हैं, हाँ, तो शंख and चक्र बाजू में रखे सो रहे थे, तो ऐसे उठ के भागे without wearing slippers. So it was on the Sheshnag itself. But the training person came and put the chappal on that. Immediately, the Shank and Chakra were speaking to themselves. क्या जमाना आ गया, हमारा लेवल में कौन आके बैठा? पादुका आके बैठा, चप्पल आके बैठा है, हमारा लेवल रह गया. वी आर इन द सेम लेवल. पादुका बिकम वेरी सैड. कोई इतना इंसल्ट कर दिया तो सीधी बात है ना, कोई भी. एंड another version is, I mean, another understanding is Paduka is thrilling and Shankha and Chakra are pulling, male. So when some two male talk bad about a lady, lady like मैं क्या कर सकती हूँ, मैं क्या कर सकती हूँ. हाँ, एक अबला नारी कर क्या सकती है, ये दुनिया ऐसी कठोर है नॉलेज का. तो भगवान भी गया बाहर, अरे मैं भूल गया अरे शंकर चक्र चप्पल सब रह गया, वापस भाग गया। चप्पल है ना, शंकर उठाया, चक्कर उठाया, ठीक है। तो ठीक है, बस रो रो के आंसुओं से गीला हो गया। He said, "Yes, go back." He asked, क्या हो गया? Why are you crying? See, please understand, in the spiritual world, everything is living. There is nothing which is dead. One of the sadhus, believe it or not, it's a true story. He was serving Lord Sitaram in अयोध्या, वहाँ पे एक छोटा सा मंदिर में सेवा करते थे, बहुत अच्छे प्रेमी संत थे, and he used to give what do you say, a lot of pressure, and he was a pakka Ram Bhakt, but he used to stay in Vrindavan. Finally, his old age came and he was to die. He said to his king, मतलब very nice साधु, कि बोले मेरा एक इच्छा है कि मेरे को आप नदी में मेरा जल समाधि दीजिए, डोंट बर्न माय बॉडी, जल समाधि दीजिए. Finally he died, and when he died, it was a season where there was no water in Yamuna, मतलब ना के बराबर, no water. तो ऑल द शिष्य से ठीक है, गुरु जी का इच्छा तो था, बट क्या करें, एंड ही डाइड इन द इवनिंग. तो जैसे अभी रात को तो कुछ हो नहीं सकता, सिद्ध संत है, तो सुबह जलाएंगे उनको, विल बर्न हिम टुमारो मॉर्निंग, बट वी हैव टू बर्न हिम बिकॉज देयर इज नो वाटर, द यमुना इज नाउ गोइंग ऑफ सीजन वेरी स्लो. And they collected all the wood, kanda, and all that for the cremation near the Yamuna bank of the Yamuna river. They said early morning at 5 o'clock we will go and cremate it, burn it. Fine. Early morning, next day morning, what did you see? Suddenly there was a big flow of water. All the wood and all was taken away by the river. And finally, they said, "Chalo, now we have to give Jal Samadhi." So went up to the hip, they went in the water and put the thing. And the body, the minute they put the body, flowers came from inside. So what does this mean? What is dead in this material world is not dead in the spiritual world. Spiritual world, everyone, be it be a slipper, be it be a watch, be it be a garland, everything is living. Now, what you see in Harry Potter world is actually what is there in Vaikuntha. In Harry Potter, you see the frames also speaking, photo frames also speaking. Then what was glass speaking? And chandeliers, fans, and all that. Everything is like in Vaikuntha. In Vaikuntha, everything is living. But that is dark world. Harry Potter is a dark world. That is a bright world. So she was crying. So tell me what happened. No, no, it's okay. I'm habituated to take all these type of treatments. And he understood. Lord understood. ठीक है, तो भाई इसका अपमान हुआ है, इसके लिए वो दुखी है. Immediately Lord said, I will have to teach a lesson. किसको? शंख एंड चक्र को. How can this be? So woman empowerment God started much earlier. हाँ, आप लोगों का आज हो रहा है, but it was started much earlier. Lord Narayan himself said कि अभी इनको कुछ करना पड़ेगा. That is why in Rama avatar, this is in Gajendra Mukti. This happened in Satyuga. So in Treta Yuga, Lord said, I will teach a lesson to Shankha and Chakra and elevate the position of Paduka. Paduka की जो position है, I will elevate. immediately, immediately, when this Paduka came into the picture in Ramayana, who was Shatrughna and who was Bharata? Shatrughna was none other than Shankar, and Bharata was none other than Chakra. So he made in such a way, 14 बरस भरत पादुका को सिर पे रखा, तो and he was worshipping for 14 years, and for 14 years Shatrughna was doing Samar. So the point, I mean, we started with Gajendra, we drifted out to the main topic what we are discussing. But the point what I'm trying to say is, if your devotion is sincere,
and you have achieved the correct connection with God, leave the rest on God. God will definitely take care of you. There is no iota of doubt about it. Absolutely, there is no doubt. Only thing is, हमको भरोसा. We still have that fear. That is why we are sad. जिस दिन आपने कभी देखा हो बच्चे को ना पेरेंट्स थ्रो प्ले विद द चाइल्ड हवे में छोड़ते हैं, अगर वो बच्चे को दिमाग में आ जाए कि छोड़ दिया मैं गिरेगा हड्डी बड्डी टूट जाएगा, आई बी रियली इन क्राइंग स्टेट और इन बिटर बैड स्टेट, द चाइल्ड इज लाफिंग, खिलखिला के हंस रहा है ना, it takes joy and enjoyment. Why? The child knows who is playing is my father. He'll take care of me, or my mother will take care of me. He'll catch. He will not let me any mishap happen to me. Similarly, you may be thrown in tough in situations like Parikshit marriage. 7 days of life left, no problem. मरना तो है, 70 साल बाद भी मरना है, 100 साल बाद भी मरना है, 120 साल बाद भी मरना है. Death is never going to be avoidable. This was sure. क्या गाना था ना, दुख तो अपना साथी है, राही की चिंता की सदा आता है. दुख तो अपना साथी है, वैसे मृत्यु अपना साथी है. And he confirmed in Ramayana by Ramchandra ji. So take this one thing very clearly. So ठीक है, दुख है, टेंशन है, भगवान तूने मुझे दिया, डोंट वरी, भगवान कभी किसी को देते नहीं है, तुम्हारे कर्म से कमाया हुआ ही है, और हम लोग ने जरूर सबने बुरे कर्म किए, इसके लिए इस धरती पे आए हैं और ये सब भुगत रहे हैं. आदि देविक आदि भौतिक आध्यात्मिक इन तापों से हम लोग ऑलवेज वी आर ट्रबल्ड बाय दिस थ्री ताप, आदि देविक आदि भौतिक एंड आध्यात्मिक. एंड लास्ट बट नॉट द लीस्ट, प्लीज अंडरस्टैंड there is something called the three Shaktis of the Lord: the Antaranga Shakti, the Bahiranga Shakti, and Tatastha Shakti. Now, what is the Antaranga Shakti? What it is nothing else than the Lord Himself. Like, for example, people have a big, I don't know, it's a big misconception, thought process, कि भाई Radha Rani is different to Krishna. How can there be anything different to Krishna? Nothing can be separated to Krishna or to Narayan or to Rama, whatever you may say. Nothing is different. There is only one thing which is different, and that is our thought process. God is the original source of everything. एको हम बहुश्यामी एकाकी न रमेश. अच्छा, just imagine, भगवान ने सिर्फ देवता बनाते, खुद अच्छे लोग नहीं, और एक भी असुर नहीं बनाते. Would God enjoy life? Just imagine in your thali, nice thali, only sweet rasgulla, chamcham, ये मोहन थाल, ये वो, all that karanji, varanji, सब, all varieties of sweet. And no, you cannot eat. आपका no, you cannot. After one or two bites, you cannot eat. और यही अगर आपका थाली में थोड़ा नमकीन, थोड़ा चटपटा, थोड़ा तीखा, थोड़ा सा खट्टा मीठा, एंड देन स्वीट. दैट इज व्हाई यू सी मैरिज हॉल में एक काउंटर से दूसरे काउंटर भागना पड़ता है. ये खाया नहीं, दूसरा काउंटर में जाके उधर भी खा लिया, तीसरे काउंटर में गए उधर भी खा लिया. So we are running. Why? Because we want a mixture. We cannot only focus on one thing. Similarly, देवता, अगर only देवता बनते भगवान वो क्या देखते थे, सब भगवान हरि 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 करते हैं. दोनों लड़ो यार कुछ तो, मैं तब मेरा रोल आएगा ना. देवता को प्रॉब्लम आएगा, दे विल कम, भगवान बचाओ, मैं यू आर सरेंडर टू मी. सरेंडर करने की चांस देना तो पड़ेगा. अबे आप लोगों का लाइफ एकदम मक्खन जैसे है, एकदम स्मूथ, नो प्रॉब्लम. Who would surrender? Forget about surrender. Who would come to the class? Who would come to the class? Tell me. Actually, Anika, you're great, enjoying great. Why should we come to the class? Because we're wasting of our time. ऊपर से आप बोलेगा मरना है मरना है. What is the big idea in terms? Whereas those who know, yes, this is the trouble, these are the troubles existing, and these are the troubles going to come. So God has also made everything perfectly balanced. So nobody should say, including myself, I don't know why all this. Baba, you have earned it very nicely, hard work in your last birth. बहुत मेहनत करके पाप करना बहुत मेहनत कर. नॉनवेज खाना, दारू पीना, मेहनत काफी है. एंड देन ये सब करके आपने जो भी इतना तकलीफ करके आपने जो भी उठाया, वो आप छोड़ना क्यों चाहते हो? व्हाई डू यू वांट टू लीव? व्हाई डू यू वांट टू लीव दैट? So the best point or the most important point of the thrust of this class would be, yes, as Sukdev Goswami tells Parikshit Maharaj, first don't be afraid of that. Prepare something which you can carry. Third, last but not the least, all these problems are only meant for us to focus our mind and heart towards God. But the problem is, after all these problems, we try to do our own solutions rather than surrendering to God. God made Suras, God made Asuras. ताकि आओ, surrender करो, then I will play a role of helping you and taking care of you, and you can come and always love me. This part we are not ready for it. That is why this day-to-day war between our own selves is happening. Yes, this like to close this session. We will continue next time. Uh, Anybody has got any doubts, questions, can